Welcome to a new episode of the 90s Metal Gamer, where we stay hydrated and play video games. This video is a little bit different from what I've done previously. It is going to be a casual review video of how I feel about Forspoken. How these videos perform on YouTube will determine whether or not I keep doing them. If they do well, I will keep doing them. But if not, then I will stop doing it and I will try something different. Let's get started.
And then the Lord said,
I want to see your tiny head.
Okay, home. Defendant charged with attempted grand larceny.
How do you plead? Not guilty, Your Honor.
I see. Officer, please remove her cuffs.
Before I go on any further about the game, I have to talk about Frey Holland, the main protagonist of Forspoken. She is a young woman who's got grit, street smarts, and has managed to survive being homeless in the streets of New York. Anyone who has survived being homeless in the streets of New York deserves a free pass. They deserve to live. They deserve to not get arrested. They deserve to be left alone. They deserve to do whatever they want. But that is just my opinion. Considering her rough upbringing in the streets of New York, she has been arrested quite a few times. She's got a criminal record. And at the start of the game, she ends up getting a sentence of community service because of this criminal record. Don't be fooled though, she is still your typical millennial. Although, I think she's actually Generation Z, but she acts and talks like she's a millennial. For anyone that has played the game, you may or may not have caught on to the subliminal messages of her unaliving herself. Let me know in the comments. Did you catch on to that? Okay, that's enough about Frey Holland. We'll talk more about her later. We're going to get into the review. We're going to talk about the story, the gameplay, the graphics, and the music. And then we'll wrap it all up with a water score. The story of this game is quite simple. Think of Alice in Wonderland. Frey Holland is living her best life in New York, trying to make ends meet and getting by. And all of a sudden she is transported to a land called Athia.
Definitely no one in here. Seriously? Who would just leave this?
She sees something that's shining in the window of a pawn shop. She takes matters into her own hands and decides to check it out. Little did she know that the thing that was shining would be the thing that transported her into another dimension, into a land called Athia. The land of Athia has been tainted by something called the Break. It's similar to Final Fantasy XV's Star Scourge, I think. It's been a while since I played Final Fantasy XV, so let me go back and check. Okay, I just did a quick Google search and yeah, they're quite similar, but not exactly the same at the same time. But nonetheless, it is a plague that has affected everybody. If there are any medical nerds that are subscribed to this channel, think of it as the miasma theory. It is a cloud that just ruins everything that it touches. Humans become hostile and mindless. animals turn into beasts and demons, so forth and so on. Frey Holland is not alone on this journey though. That thing that transported her into another dimension ends up being her companion throughout the game. It is a source of her power as well as her weapons, and they oftentimes talk smack to each other every now and then. Whoa.
Where on earth is this?
Athia.
Who's there?
And technically not Earth. Well, not what you would call Earth anyway.
I swear to God, asshole, show yourself!
I feel like if I say anything more about the story, then I will probably ruin it. Let's just say she goes on a journey, she finds herself, blah blah blah, so forth and so on. The world is safe.
Tried to remove. Oh, hello, yes. Oh, perhaps you're smarter than you look.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You, the one talking to me right now, are this... cuff?
Cuff? It's a bit reductive, isn't it? Cuff? Looks like you riled her enough to finally make her do her own dirty work.
I really didn't want to fight another Tanta.
Well, you had no choice. She wasn't going to listen to reason.
This could be just a me thing, but I kind of felt like I was nerfed the entire game. I'll admit, yes, I did get stronger and I gained a lot of new abilities throughout the game, but I feel like the combat system in the game was something that was ultimately forgotten about when in production. Like I said, that could just be a me thing because I did not do 100% completion on this. So, maybe I missed some unlockables. This is a casual review video after all, meaning that the game was not completed to 100% and I played it on the easiest difficulty. If you'd watched my previous review videos, you'd know how this goes down. To all my new ones here, welcome. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do. It would really help out the channel. Yes, I know I'm doing a little shameless plug in the middle of a video, but hey, I wouldn't be a YouTuber if I didn't. So please consider subscribing to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And you never know, I may just give something away.
Look out, she's building up for another explosion.
The controls were tight and responsive. Didn't notice any kind of lag whatsoever. The downside is that the controls themselves had a steep learning curve. Once again, that could be just a me thing because I'm getting old. To some people, 35 years old is old. But once I mastered the controls, everything just came natural. My favorite thing to do in the game is literally walk on water. Or glide in this case. I thought that was pretty cool.
You see, guys,
How so?
our friend Breakball worked closely with Tanta Center once upon a time.
As you progress through the game, you will gain some mana. Mana is what's used to gain more techniques and advance your skill tree. And there is a lot to unpack here as far as this skill tree is concerned. Since I did not do 100% completion, I know for a fact I missed out on some really cool techniques and moves. A small price to pay for just wanting to enjoy your game and not want to rage quit. I'm trying to remain as unbiased as possible about this game. This game is absolutely beautiful, I will say that, but I have trouble not comparing it to God of War Ragnarok. I know the PS5 can do much better in terms of graphics. I recently got the PS5, and when I say recently, it's less than a year ago. I got it in July of 2022, and I didn't own an actual PS5 game until God of War Ragnarok was released, because I was still playing my PS4 games on it. I was still enjoying them. And it is because that I got God of War Ragnarok as my first PS5 game is why I'm setting the standard that high. It really is an unfair advantage to God of War Ragnarok, but I really am trying my best to remain unbiased as possible when I'm comparing the graphics. In reality, I should not be comparing graphics to anything at all. Have I ever mentioned how bad I am at these review videos? Well, I am. I really should just be taking these graphics at face value for what it's worth. And Forspoken really does hit the mark really high as far as the graphics are concerned. I'm trying to highlight all the best scenes that I could possibly find in my hard drive when I recorded all this content. But I'm sorting through 20 hours of recorded content, so forgive me if I may have missed something that you really wanted to see. It really is hard to tell the difference between the in-game graphics and the pre-rendered cutscenes. In all honesty, I really don't know if there are any pre-rendered cutscenes at all. Maybe at the end of the game. I'll show some scenes at the end of the video. But yes, all in all, Forspoken has absolutely amazing graphics. And for my next review video, I will try my best not to compare it to anything else.
How does that thing not even have a scratch?
Look like we'll have much cover here. The dragon doesn't succumb to the urge to blast us with its beam of death again.
I just can't catch a break. What the fuck? Where'd it go?
Far away.
The music was all over the place in this game, and not in a bad way. If I had to sum it up in only 3 words, it would be ominous, engaging, and suspenseful.
In front of it now.
What? Are you trying to get me killed?
It has a blind spot.
Ah! Ah! Hey, come at me. Or are you scared?
Let's show them a thing or three.
Here it comes. Right on the money.
I personally think that it hit the mark they were trying to shoot for.
You ready?
A nice mix of engagement, suspense, and ominousity.
Perhaps avoiding attacks would be better than using me to fend them off.
Aw. Worried you might get a little scratch?
Who are you trying to hit exactly?
For the people that have played this game, what do you think of the music? I've read a lot of reviews saying that the music doesn't match the gameplay, so forth and so on, but I didn't think that was the case. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
We have to help them. I'll clean up down here. You keep that bastard busy.
Overall, I had a very good experience playing Forspoken. I will admit that there was a time when I thought the game was really boring. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I did lose my powers. I'm not going to explain how, and I won't go into the details. This game is still fairly new. It came out towards the end of January of this year, and it had a $70 price tag attached to it. If you include taxes and all, about $75. If I'm going to get into the price about it, it is not worth $75. I would wait until it goes on sale in the PlayStation Store. I wouldn't necessarily consider this an open world type of game, because it's still a linear story to follow, but you have an open world to explore. So maybe a semi-open world game? Is that even a thing? If not, then it should be. I like the way this feels, kind of like how Sonic Frontiers was an open zone. Still linear, but you still got to roam the area. All things considered, I will give this game a solid 4 out of 5 water bottles. Thanks for watching this video all the way to the end. Let me know what you think of these style videos. Should I keep doing them? I really like making them. Please consider subscribing to the channel. It would really help me out. I love y'all. Stay hydrated and stay tuned for my next video.
You're not going anywhere. And neither am I.